Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. If you're meeting me for the first time, my name is Emmanuel Undu Okorafor, and I'm a tutor under the Dr. B's Forex Academy. So today we are going to be looking at a very key concept or a very key principle when it comes to trading. We are going to be looking into the concept of failed swings, either failed swing highs or failed swing low, and then how price react to those failed swing points. Okay, because in an uptrend, we are expecting that price is expected to continue pushing up in this way. Okay. And we expect to see higher highs and higher low in an uptrend. But what happens when we have a failure to swing? Okay, what happens when we fail to see price take out the previous high, or even if it takes out this high, on the next high, it fails to take it out. Okay, what happens when that kind of scenario occur in the market? Okay, these are things that happen over and over again in price. Okay, so there are certain things we expect to happen when price fails to take out a previous high or a previous low. Okay, so this principle is going to be we're going to look into certain principles like the breaker block principle, okay, where we expect price to pull back into previous level of support or resistance. Okay, so let's just quickly look into the chart. Let's see, this is the schematic we're going to have in mind. Let's say price fails to take out this high. Two things can either occur. Either we have price giving us the failure to swing and then taking out the low or the high in a downtrend that led to that failure to swing, okay, which is going to give us a change of character. Okay, this is what traders see, and then they call it a change of character when price creates a failure to swing. Okay, in most cases, price will reach into either the breaker block or the other block. Okay, so we are going to be doing a quick back test to see what occurs when price gives us a failure to swing. Okay, so and that is what this video is going to be all about today. So for the purpose of this video, we are going to be using lower time frames. Okay, we are going to be using lower time frame, but first I want to see what price is doing on the higher time frame. Okay, so now if you observe closely, you will see that this price action was a downtrend. What happened here? Price failed to take out this low. Okay, price failed to take out this low. So these are, and if you notice, the moment price failed to take out the low, it led to what a short-term change in trend. Okay, so we had price start giving us higher highs and higher low scenario, which on BTC USD currently is giving us a bullish move. Okay, so there are certain things that happen when price fails to swing, to sweep out a high or a low. Also in this level here, we can see that price gave us a failure to swing this low. Okay, what I'm taking account of the body candle closure is because the moment price breaks and closes below the body candle, we have a more solid direction. Okay, chances are that price will continue in the direction. But if price just gets there by weeks, chances are that we may see a reversal. Okay, that's what I've seen happen severally on the market. Okay, so you can see here we had a failure to swing with this candle here. Okay, so the moment price pull back, taking out the high that led to that failure to swing, we had a shift in character. Okay, price pull back into the other block here that caused um that took out the high of that failure to swing, and then you can see we had a short-term bullish move. Okay, let's see also here. Let's see also here in a downtrend, and then let's see an uptrend scenario. Okay, let's see an uptrend scenario where price was pushing up, and then we had a failure to swing. The price took out the high here with the candle here, just similar. Okay, this is not a failure to swing here. It's more like a failure to swing. Okay, so you can see price was expecting to push up, taking out this high here. But what happened? It didn't successfully do it. Okay, but we swept the lows of that failure to swing. Okay, and but it didn't close with the body candle. Like I said, body candles are very, very important when it comes to price action. We didn't close with the body candle. If you look very, very closely, we just wick through, but we didn't close, which is very, very important. Okay, so possibly in our next video, we'll be looking at the importance of body candle closure in price action. Okay, so let's go down to the 1 hour time frame where we have more detailed price actions. Okay, so let's see, let's look at some examples here. Let's look at some examples here. Let's just go to a random price line. Let's go to a random price line. And then let's trail the market structure. Okay, let's trail the market structure and see what's going on here. Okay, so now, like I said, body candle closure are very, very important. If you fail to see a body candle closure, um, chances are that we might most likely see reversal. Okay, so let's see here from here. Let's use this high. So we can see that price from this level swept above this previous highs. Okay, this was a proper swing. Then from here, we were expecting price to do what? Continue pushing up to take out this previous high. But what happened? It failed. This is a failure to swing. The moment price broke below this failure to swing, what then happened? With this candle, you had a shift in structure. So the moment you see a failure to swing, one important thing you need to observe is it could either lead to a change of structure, or it could be some sort of inducement for a continuation to the upside. Okay, but for the course of this particular video, we are going to be looking at a failure to swing and its impact on the change of structure of the market. Okay, so let's see. So from here, you can see that price pushed up. Here was this high, tried to reach in, but it failed. So we had a change of character to the downside. Okay, so now the important levels that you need to mark out are the highs or the low that led to that failure to swing, which is this level here. The moment price broke it, we had a change of character. Okay, so I'll just put it CH. Okay, and then this area here, which is the other block that led to the change of character. Okay, this is the other block. The price gain momentum to push all the way down. So in the later time, if price pulls back into that level, we might expect a reaction at that level. Okay, let me push it forward. Okay, so you can see price came back there, reacted, but it didn't hold. Okay, it reacted, but it didn't hold. Why? Because price was actually interested in continuing that push to the upside. By looking at this market structure here, you can see that we had price, it was this high, lower low, lower high, lower low. Here there's a structure here, but it's on lower time frame. So let me just use this lower high, and then we're supposed to have what? A lower low for a lower high. But what happened? We had a failure to swing. So what do? We then mark out the high that led to that failure to swing, which is this high here. You can see the moment price broke out of it impulsively, it pulled back and then retested the breaker and then pushed up. Okay, so this was more like a shift in structure. Price pulled back into this level, retested it, and then pushed up. One thing you need to observe is that whenever you see failure to swings like this, um, it gives you potential entries. They are strong entries because one thing you need to know is that that new level is going to be a protected low. Okay, price will not just come back there anyhow. There are some failure to swings that are inside of the dealing range that don't really count. Okay, which is with experience you understand it better. Okay, so the moment price took out this high and then gave us this low here, normally we're supposed to have another impulse to the upside to do what? To take out this high. This then becomes failure to swing because we're expecting a continuation to the upside. Okay, we're expecting a continuation to the upside. Now we had a failure to swing, and then price gave us a change in character. Okay, we had a change in the way price was actually printing from giving us higher highs, is now giving us lower high. Okay, and what does lower high simply means? Reversal pattern. Okay, lower high simply signifies reversal patterns. Okay, so when we had that lower high, and then we broke below this low here, we had a proper change of character. You can see how well price pulled back. If you watch the previous video on the rules I used in picking my entry, you will see that this trade here, we had a multiple break of structure. Okay, we had a multiple break of structure, and then we had a continuation to the downside. Now, mind you, very, very important. You need to know one very important thing. You don't just pick random levels. Okay, I'm using the 1 hour price action. If you notice, I'm more on the daily time frame. You don't just pick random levels and then expect those levels to hold. You use this in confluence with higher time frame narrative. Okay. Now, the way I do this, I use a proper top-down analysis. Before I do all this to see what the actions are saying on the 1 hour, I go to the daily time frame and see what is happening on the daily time frame. And then mark out my daily key levels, which are areas of support or resistance on the daily time frame where I am most likely expecting price to pull back. Okay, but if you wait for those higher time frame key levels, there are chances that you will get better trade opportunities. So let's see. So mind you, this works on every single pair. Okay. It works on every single pair. As long as it has to be a chart, you can apply this principle on every single pair. So, like I said, whenever we have a failure to swing, there are about 70% chances that we might most likely expect a reversal. Okay, so you need to take note of that. Whenever you see a failure to swing, wait for price to take out the high that caused that failure to swing, and then wait for either the breaker block or the other block. I'll go again. Now, let's say we're in an uptrend, okay, and price gives us a failure to swing. A failure to swing simply means a move that was unable to take out the previous high or the previous low in the downtrend, just like this. Okay, what we should be expecting is price should take out the low or the high that caused that failure to swing, which is this level here. The moment we break it, okay, we then have a shift in structure. Price can either pull back to the breaker block or pull back to the other block for a continuation to the downside. Is that clear? All right. So this is what we are expecting. Okay. The whole system is not complete because I also need to include liquidity. Okay. And the liquidity I use is inducement liquidity, which is what I use in getting my point of interest, where I'm going to be executing my trade from either from the breaker block or the other block. Okay. So if you've not seen that video on the rules I use in picking my entry, check this channel. You will definitely see it. Okay. Watch it and then you come back to watch this video. It will make a whole lot of sense to you. Okay. So now you can see that after we reacted here, pull back into this um, breaker block slash other block combined because we have two levels there. We have this breaker, and then we have this other block that broke out. Okay, so the moment price pull back into this region here, we had a trade. Okay, we take our trade from either you wait for 15-minute confirmation because I use the 15-minute entry a lot. Okay, and then you target external liquidity. This lows here, this lows, they are good liquidity points. Okay, and then or you want to go for a fixed risk to reward ratio. So I just want you guys to take your time and go ahead and do your search. Okay, go ahead and make your research and observe those failure to swing points, those area where price was supposed to take out a high or a low, but it failed to do that. Okay, and then watch how price react to those levels. Okay, so that'll be it for today's video. Do also hit the like button, subscribe. If this video was helpful to you, let us know in the comment section so we make good videos like this more often. Thank you guys for joining, and I will see you in the next video.